Hello, everyone. I am Shalini Prabhatiwari, an alumni and teacher in SOS Harman Minor School, Chabepur, Varanasi. Today, you're going through the pages of Think Big, one of the best motivational book written by none other than our respected principal sir, Dr. A.P. Gaur sir. And today's chapter of discussion is everybody is right from his viewpoint. So please go through the video and don't forget to hit like and share among your friends and family. And happy reading, everyone. Take care.
Everybody is right from his own viewpoint. Dear friends, don't blame anybody. Never criticize anybody. It is not wise on your part to prove yourself right and others wrong. In fact, nobody can be 100% wrong or 100% right. It is unfortunate to note that in 80% or more cases, our subject of discussion is the third person. Rather than discussing about the situations or facts, we discuss about people. Now, what are the immediate aftermaths of criticism? Dear friends, it's of no use because the moment you take someone to task or criticize someone, he or she starts giving excuses and explanations, proving his or her viewpoints. The animal which is rewarded for its good actions learns quicker than the one which is punished for inaction or wrong steps. Human beings yearn as much for praises as they are afraid of being criticized. Don't criticize anybody if you yourself don't want to be criticized. This is human nature to keep shifting responsibilities onto others for any wrongdoings and taking credit for the good works. Nobody accepts faults readily. So, it is always easier and useful to mend your own ways rather than trying to change others. If we think deeply, we realize that everybody has one or other shortcoming. That is, we all are sailing in the same boat and we all are living in glass houses. The easiest way to make everlasting enemies is to criticize others. Draupadi's taunts on Duryodhana, the son of a blind man is also blind, resulted in the battle of Mahabharata and subsequently destruction of the entire Kuru dynasty. Unwarranted criticism of Sita by the washerman resulted in Ram's disowning her and subsequent troubles for the entire kingdom. Thomas Hardy, the great English novelist, stopped writing fiction due to widespread criticism. He might have otherwise produced many more masterpieces. Benjamin Franklin, the great American, was very rowdy as a youth, but transformed himself subsequently to be a great diplomatic person. The secret of his success was not to utter anything against anybody and not to disagree with anyone. Any fool can speak ill of others, can criticize others, and can complain against others. Most of the fools do. Great people show their greatness in behaving well with poor or low ranked people. Now, how to learn to appreciate? There is only one way to get the work done by others, and that is to create a desire in people to do that work. Sigmund Freud once said, human beings are inspired to do any work out of two fundamental desires, the desire to have sex or the desire to achieve greatness. So, the person who is able to satisfy the hunger of appreciation among people is the one who wins everybody's hearts. A hardcore criminal has such an ardent ego that after being arrested, he asks for all the newspapers in which his heroics are described. One of the great philosophers commented once, I was the highest paid employee once because I knew the art of behaving with people. The greatest achievement of a leader is to be able to encourage his employees all through their ups and downs. Nothing can so ruthlessly trample the ambitions of employees as the criticism of their immediate superior. The famous actor Amitabh Bachchan was searching for a job after graduation but failed every now and then. His father, by then a well established poet and professor of English at the University of Allahabad, went on propping up his son with his poetic overtones. If you succeed, well and good. If you don't, even better, because you get another chance to improve upon. Appreciation should not be confused with flattery. There is a vast difference between the two. One is truthful, other is sham. One is selfless, other is selfish. The former helps to a great deal in the long run, and the latter is bound to bounce back on you. Beware of flattery. Actions are performed as a result of our inner urge. The brutal pressure or fear of punishment work marginally. So develop an urge among your subordinates to act rather than setting yourself to be a master upon them. If you can do so, you are the master of all. If you cannot, you fail utterly. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching.